it's Morgan from For Love of Paper, and I'm here using this month's Kitaholic Kits, mainly the mixed media kit and also the stencil from one of the other kits, and I am creating an art journal layout. I do use a few other bits and pieces from my stash, mainly just what I had on hand because I did this while I was on holidays, so you have to excuse the table and the lighting, and it does shake a bit partway through the video, so I'll apologize about that, but I was trying to do the best I could with what I had at the time. So I start off by covering my page in a layer of white gesso. Now I probably would have used a thinner gesso, but I only had this thick one with me, so that's just what I had to work with. And you will see later on it does leave a few marks and lines across my page, but it all added to the final effect, which I really liked. Then I made up some of my own little colours. I only brought a handful of sprays with me. So first of all, I had this little fish that I used the apple green spray that came in the kit, and I mixed that with a bit of water to paint most of the fish, and then for the tail and the little dots that are on the fish, I added a little smidge of blue to the green that came in the kit, just to make it a little bit darker, give some contrast so it wasn't all just the one color. Then I started on my background, and this is where the camera gets a bit shaky, so I actually edited this down. This video is very short because I had to edit out quite a few bits because it was really shaky and choppy, as you can see, and I don't like watching that, so I didn't want you guys to sit and watch that. So I used 3 different colors of distress oxide, 2 distress oxides and 1 distress ink. I will leave the colors below on my video. Then I got out the stencil. Now I can't remember which one came in the mixed media kit and which one came in the other kit, but there'll be a link to the store below, and you can check them out and see what's still available, and you can get those there. So I used just the sort of cross-hatchy part of the stencil with some grey ink, and put that on a few different places around the page. Then I used this little part, which kind of looks like fishnet stockings. So that's the only thing I could kind of relate it to, or I suppose netting really. And I thought that kind of suited being an underwater themed page that I was doing. And I again just used some of the green spray mixed with water to do those bits. Then I used some blue spray and again the green spray, and I don't think I watered these down. It was just the spray that I sprayed onto the plastic there, and did a few splatters everywhere. And as you can see on the left hand side of the page, how it's kind of got the lines down it, that was from the gesso underneath, so it wouldn't have done that if it had been thinner gesso, and it just dried really quick, or quicker than I could work. So that's what you get, but never mind, I quite like how it turned out actually. I probably couldn't replicate it if I wanted to. Now I'm mixing some of the orange, I think it was called peach spray color, I think. I can't remember, I don't have it with me, with some texture paste, and I'm going to use this awesome circle stencil. I love this stencil. It's from Katie's Stencils or something. I hadn't heard of her company or that business before, but these stencils are really awesome. They're super thin, so you don't have to use a lot to get some good coverage on the page. So I did a few of these little dots around the place, here and there and everywhere, and most of them go up and down the page, so vertically. I do a couple horizontally. There we go, this one I did horizontally across the page, which was actually easier to do. And then I think I also add in a few of the big circles as well. Oh, okay, so I skipped over that bit, and yeah, I come back in and do a few of these big splotches as well. And I really love the contrast between these colors. Like, I probably wouldn't go and put green and orange together on a page, but they work really, really well, only because if you mix them, they go that brown, yucky, muddy color. But separately, layered, they actually look really good, and surprised myself, worked outside my comfort zone, outside of my little box, and I really, really like how it came out. So I did quite a few of these big circles, just trying to use up the rest of the paste that I'd made up. And then I think I left that to dry for a while, and then came back in, attached the what is it, the fish to the page, and then I got this stamp out. Now I did stamp it once, as you see. Now I actually turned off my camera then, because I came back in, oh no, I hadn't glued that down. I came back in and I actually stamped those words about 3 more times down the page, and then I thought it looked like absolute garbage. I didn't like it at all. So off camera, because I turned my camera off because I was annoyed at myself for doing that. So off camera, I just went over it with a really light scrape of gesso, so you couldn't really see the black anymore. And then I ummed and ahed for ages about how I was going to fix it. And then I remembered I had this other little die cut that I'd brought with me, and it was still underwater theme little octopus. So I thought I will stick that over where I made my mistake. So there's always ways you can fix things. So if you feel like you've made a mistake, you can probably fix it. You can probably put something over the top of it, do another layer. I mean, I could have done another layer of paint and another layer of ink or spray or something. But in this instance, I decided to get another little die cut. And I coloured it in with, painted it in with the orange and the green sprays, again just mixed with some water, and called it done. And then I do stick it down on the page, and then my battery on my phone died. So I did see, as you can see under there's all the white. There you go. That was where I made my errors, but that's okay. And then my phone died after this, so I didn't actually get to film putting my title on, because I didn't realize that it had run out of battery, and I just kept going. So you'll see in the still images that are coming up in a moment, I do add "Just Keep Swimming" along the bottom right corner in some, what are they, tiny letter stickers. And that's this page done, guys. So thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Kitaholic Kits in the links below, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.